Hello, hello. I also promised you guys that I would do this video on how to actually start Gemstone. This is going to be a little bit of a longer video because I'm going to go through not only character creation, but if time forbids or if random generation forbids, how to get to Wennimer's Landing. And so we're going to go through all of that. This is for Gemstone 4. Welcome if you are new to Gemstone 4. It's a really great experience, and I cannot be more excited to introduce people to this game. Despite its age, I think it's like older than I am. It's still great. So when you create a character or create an account, I actually just made a random account name. You're going to go through all the different steps on creating a character. I'm going to go through the simple ones really quickly, but I'm going to actually talk about some of the different stuff a little more in depth. So we're just going to make a random character. So profession choice is pretty important. It's the same as like class choices in other video games. And each class does something very unique that, and I think this is the best part of Gemstone, interacts with other characters. And what really makes this game great is you need to interact with other people in order to progress. There's no way to just say, I'm going to do this alone. There's just no way. So I'll go through here really quickly. Warriors are able to bash open locked boxes with their big, mighty muscles. And I believe they can also bodyguard other characters. Rogues can pick locks for people. Wizards can cast buffs on people, certain spells and stuff like that. Clerics resurrect dead players. Empaths heal injured players. Sorcerers also buff up other people, just like wizards, but I believe it's a different spell group. Rangers, the last four are kind of hybrids, and I'm not entirely sure what rangers do. They're fairly new, as well as monks. I do know that rangers have to make all their own arrows, and that can be a pain in the butt. But they might be able to pick locks as well, I believe. Bards, bards are super cool. They sing to magical items to determine what their properties are. They can also do divination. Paladins bless weaponry so that that weapon is capable of injuring undead. I believe they can also do bodyguarding. And then monks, I believe, heal, and they're also unarmed combat and can cast buffs on people. All of these, everyone's a great choice. I personally am fond of rogues and bards just because I think they're just stupid cool. And the only big caveat here, or caveat, I guess, excuse me, is that you need to be pay to play in order to unlock everything. You can still do some things as a free to play, and you can of course play up to level 20 free, and it's there's no inhibition on that. But as a rogue, as a free to play rogue, you won't be able to pick other people's boxes. As a wizard, free to play wizard, you won't be able to buff other people with certain spells. So you kind of have to take that into consideration. I'm just gonna pick bard or rogue. You know what, bard, rogue. Because I'm not going to keep this character. Choose a race. Race is really up to you. They show you the modifiers for each race here. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you what to pick. It doesn't really matter. I'll just pick half Krellman. Why not? I don't care. And then you can choose a culture out of your race. Each culture selection choice is unique to the races. I don't think they have that much of an impact. If you're one of those people that's huge into the character lore that you're creating, go right ahead and pick a very specific race or culture. The only thing I think it really impacts is where you start out in the game. So we're just gonna, pick something and move on. From here, you can customize your appearance. I'm not really gonna customize my appearance because, boom, there you go. She seems super tall. There we go. Great. Character creation. These are your major attributes. If you're a big D&D player, you know this stuff. You're really comfortable and familiar with all of these kinds of things. Feel free to do it on your own. But I would recommend, especially if you're new to either D&D, any kind of multi-user dungeon, or you're just not comfortable assigning these traits to a profession that you aren't familiar with, just let it auto assign. It does the job. And same thing with your training skills. You're going to wind up with physical and mental training points. And you actually gain these as you play. And at the end of every level, you come back and you put them in things like armor use, shield use, edge weapons, blah, blah, blah. Um, all the way down to like swimming, climbing. Again, I would just, for the first one, just let it auto assign this stuff. Just because it's really simple. You know, for a rogue, I'm going to take some out of shield use and put it into my two-handed weapons, but you didn't hear me do that. And the last thing, name your character. Now, I did a stream where I was trying to help, do a tutorial on this stuff. And I learned you need to have a real name. This game takes place 100% in characters, so you can't have a name like Nutcracker or, Loser LOL 69. Like, you can't do that. Because if you do, you will get locked in the punishment chamber until you change your name, and I learned this myself. So we're gonna pick. I don't care. Let's see. Let's see if that works. There you go. I just made a boy. I think it was a girl, but she's named Calrith. So from here, it will try to take you to the web browser, which is fine. If you want to use the web browser, I'm not gonna stop you. However, I did a video on how to install Stormfront, so we're going to use Stormfront here to show you around a little bit and figure out how to get this game rolling. But that is character creation. It's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward. If you need any help on that, you can go to the Gemstone Wiki, or you can always go to my Discord. I'll be answering questions as much as I can, and I'm going to have a couple of experts in there with me to help me out. So hopefully that was helpful, and if you have any questions, let me know. Peace.